G'day, I'm Tim Thompson. Areas of high traffic on farms can sometimes be a bit of a problem with intense mud during the winter and lots of dust during summer. One of the traditional ways of dealing with this, of course, is just to dump rock and try and build up the soil depth with rock and try and make it a harder traffic area. But as you can see, this area that's been treated with rock several years ago is already subsiding. We've got lots of mud, and in summer, of course, lots of dust and the risk of pink eye. Today, we're going to explore another option that's Australian made for controlling mud in high traffic areas. Guys, if you like this kind of video, don't forget, hit the little subscribe button, give it a thumbs up. Now let's find out more about concrete matting. G'day, Alan. How are you, mate?
Good, thank you.
You've got a problem here with the entrance to your yards with a lot of mud and, of course, in summer a lot of dust.
Yes, well, we've gone from dust a few months ago to mud
slop
in this area.
Yeah, right.
We've got to do something better.
Now, you've got a two-stage approach to this, haven't you? You've got a problem with the low-lying area collecting water, so what are you going to be doing about that?
Well, we want to put a spoon drain over this side to allow this to remove free water and then somehow stabilise the area as well.
Because the whole area is sunken down just from foot traffic of the cattle and compaction.
Yes.
So your plan is to remove some of this unstable soil and then replace that with some concrete webbing matting.
Yes, and that should stabilise the area, and the cows will then go over the top rather than go down through it.
Right, yeah. Now, you've had some experience using concrete matting in the past. You used it for some erosion control.
Yes.
This time you're using it to stabilise and build up soil and create a hard surface area that's cattle friendly.
Yes.
A lot of the reason why we get these low-lying areas is because the grass gets destroyed, the soil gets pulverised, and then the first bit of rain, it flows away, doesn't it?
Yes. So once we can get to stabilise the base, I'm hoping the grass will be able to establish and become more useful. Okay,
so we've very quickly managed to get this gateway sorted out. It was only about 20 minutes, and as you can see, for a rank amateur, we've actually managed to get a spoon drain in here that has water flowing in the correct direction. Hey, you've ruined my work! Last time I drove on this area, I sank pretty much halfway down the tracks. The concrete mats are supporting the machine quite admirably at this point. Alan's going to yell at me soon. I feel myself tipping forward a little bit. I think that's about as far as I want to go on the tracks. Now let's see how stable this thing is. I'll lower it down as much as is practicable, and we'll just see how we go. At least I don't have far to fall. Famous last words. I'm going to swing around a little bit, get it closer to that gateway. You've got a fair bit of control over the mat as you roll them out. Using the bucket, you can actually steer them a surprising amount. This is definitely the way to use a concrete mat. geomatting underneath them breaks down over time, and that allows grasses and things like that to be planted over the top. And Alan's plan for this gateway is to actually grow some grass to stabilise the soil that will work its way up between these pads of the concrete mat. So we've got a much longer lasting solution than continuing to purchase truckloads of gravel to keep putting a band-aid on the problem. Instead, we're solving it with this concrete geomat. Well, there we go, Al. About an hour or two of work.
Yes.
Problem solved.
We've got a result.
Now, this was delayed by COVID. You've actually had this sitting on the farm for this job now for what, nearly 2 years?
Something like that. It's been a bit disappointing in that respect, but it didn't decay.
Didn't decay too badly, did it?
No, it's...
And the mud build-up over that 2 year period, I mean, it was bad. This job was bad 2 years ago, and
yes.
you've just had the cattle keep going through here and keep chopping it up.
Yes.
Despite the mud build-up, like, this has made an instant difference. You couldn't have done that before, could you?
That was just soup.
And we just basically cleaned it up and laid it out over the top.
Yep. A little bit of tiny touch-up work around it.
Yep.
I put a little skin of soil over it and get a bit of grass established again.
I think that's the real trick, isn't it? Because we want to be able to stop erosion. So this underground matting here, that'll slowly break down over time and allow the grass seed to germinate in that.
Yes.
And you won't see these concrete pads in a couple of years' time, will you?
Cattle should be able to walk across that with a soil cover and a bit of grass. They won't know they're walking on it, but that'll be stabilised underneath and prevent this pile of mud building up again.
So no more need for rocks, Alan?
No.
They don't belong on the farm anyway, do they?
No, not if you've got good soil, you don't need rocks in it.
So guys, if you've got mud on your farm or you've got erosion problems and you're looking to solve them without too much fuss, a couple of hours with one of these guys and you've laid out your concrete mat, problem solved, Alan.
All done.
Great to see you again, mate.
Thanks,
Glad we
Tim.
could solve a problem with Australian concrete mats. Guys, if you like this kind of content, don't forget, hit the little subscribe button down there, give it a thumbs up. There's plenty more on timthompson.ag. I'll see you next week.